there was a couple of conversations here. Actually, this one seemed weird and interesting, like someone getting philosophical. I'm pretty sure this is an adult. I don't know how much I want to get into this. He was talking about like his trauma and stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to like, after this one, it's kind of like I need to take a step back and think about it, because I really don't like the fact that this person is basically trying to traumatize people into becoming vegan. And a lot of the people he's talking to are kids, because adults are more likely to recognize the lectury, weird, like vegan shit and just be like, oh, it's another crazy, oops, shit. There goes my phone. Trans Jimmy Savile. Fucking hell. No comment. Yeah, so the way it feels to me, like, they're trying to traumatize people into veganism, and a lot of these people are kids, and he's like sending these videos, these like documentaries of like really graphic like slaughterhouse footage, sometimes even holding it up on the camera in front of like kids and stuff. And like, I don't know, to me it's like that's kind of traumatic, and you don't know how a kid's going to respond when they look at that. It's like hugely irresponsible, in my opinion. I don't think traumatizing kids is worth the potential gains of getting one more vegan, you know? Oh my god, I'll play a little bit of this.
Yeah. Fucking
No, I think of a good burger.
Yeah? But you can have like a Beyond Burger, right? Have you had Beyond Burger before?
I tried it, you know, it's not the same. I feel like it falls apart a lot easier.
Yeah, vegan burgers aren't as good, I'm sorry.
But does
I don't.
Does it have to be exactly the same, or can it just be almost as good?
You know, I'm kind of, I say autistic like that, I guess you say. You know, I see something, I need it that way.
That's the trauma me, more the pointlessness and suspectness of targeting kids. Yeah, the other side of it, I was trying to think what the other side of it was, because I forget things easily. It's just how it is. So yeah, one of the arguments, which I think it'll be going up tomorrow, because I'm trying to just get this shit out and then think about what to do apart from that. I don't know, because I don't normally come across people this fucking crazy that no one seems to know. But like, yeah, he'll talk about like child rape in front of like kids, being like, you know, I'm gonna rape children, is that okay? Like that kind of thing, as if it's an allegory for eating meat. Because, you know, whatever goes on in this person's brain, because he thinks that there's a victim in their case but not his, when he's sending this extremely graphic material to children and bringing up all kinds of crazy like ideas that kids probably don't need to be talked to about, like child rape. Many of those kids have probably never had a conversation about fucking child rape. You know what I mean? It's probably the kind of thing it's better if you don't know about, because that means that it's never happened to you.
Do it my way or no way.
But do you not think it gives the animals zero value if like we demand it needs to be exactly the same? Because I think the animals not dying should have some value, right? I think our sort of capacity for kindness is higher.
You think that this could have happened before?
God, this is going on a long time. I'll catch the end of it and then keep going, because this doesn't seem like it's that interesting.
In history, we could have already hit a high point, but past this.
I think animal agriculture is no worse than it was, 1,000 years ago. It's just
what? No worse than it was. Okay, right.
Our tools to do it are better, and the demand is higher. We used to.
I'm talking about like a lost piece of history that there's a whole bunch of possibilities that because we're finding shit that adds on the history and rewrites it every day. So I think that there could have been like a higher point, like technology-wise in the past.
No, I don't think that's
whatever happened just wiped it all out.
No, that's definitely not true.
Because they say that we were down to like 10,000 people or something, 30,000 people at one point.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, we started with less than that, right?
It was during the Ice Age, they're saying.
Yeah.
30,000 humans left.
They definitely didn't have the internet back then, though, so we definitely are not. We've not been exceeded by a prior.
The internet is its own hellhole.
So, can I give you a link?
It depends. What is it?
So I have a link to my YouTube, a YouTube video, and a website. Can I give you them?
I'll click on the YouTube video. I'll look at a website maybe.
Okay. So
Yes, you see what their goal is. It's to just give this kind of shit out.
this is the film that I would recommend if you're interested in animal ethics. And then if you fancy trying
Yes, at the moment, yeah.
some vegan alternatives, I would try this. And if you fancy seeing more of my
Yeah, there is the case of like, are you taking advantage of someone's ailment? But this guy sounded, I don't know, there was an earlier point that I saw. He sounded relatively like he's got his head on despite that. So I don't feel too bad like watching this, I guess.
my conversations I have, this is my YouTube channel.
Alright, I got it.
Yeah. It's been really nice
You've been
chatting to you.
good. Yeah, I see you.
And I really hope you consider trying plant-based alternatives, right? Because, you know, you've said it.
Yeah, so the film they link to is like very graphic. I think it was called Dominion or something. I think it must be this one. 5.2 million. They described it as being like very graphic.
what we do to the animals is cruel.
You know?
I think, you know, if you look at that film and you see what we do to animals, right? I think we have an obligation not to eat them.
Like, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable like showing kids this. This person isn't a kid, but there's going to be kids on here. There always is. And I just don't know. I don't know that that's like responsible, you know?
I think we have an
I
obligation
think that's
to them.
last on the list of shit we gotta figure out.
I disagree. I disagree because this is the one thing you have complete agency over. This is the one thing you can completely fix.
Isn't the one thing you have, I don't know.
Everything else in the world is like a problem beyond our like sort of
Listen, I'm not commenting.
the reach of our grasp. But what we choose to spend money on is entirely in our control. And not purchasing the suffering of animals is something we can literally just stop. Overnight, we can stop contributing to animal suffering.
Is that true?
Well, then we could just get our own.
No, because that's not fair either. Hunting might be better, but it's still not as good as just eating plants.
Why don't we just start our own farm?
No, it's not ethical. Have a watch of the video. Have a watch of the Dominion film.
There you go, Dominion. Veganism is just not right for most humans. Oh, hi, Mav Magic. My partner, when she has like vegan alternative, like to meat, actually gets like stomach aches and stuff. Like she has like some issues anyway, but like it really doesn't get on with her. I think she's had like stuff with like chickpeas in it that's like really not agreed with her as well. Also, my brother was vegetarian for a while when we were in our teens. And eventually he gave it up because he was feeling like just not well and like lacking energy all the time. And he realized that like eating meat was just beneficial for him. A lot of them are traumatized into it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That seems to be this person's game. And it's like, I don't know, I'm so uncomfortable with someone doing this to like kids. I just don't know that kids need to be watching something like this, you know, especially not with their parents' supervision, you know? Like what are parents going to think? Like some kid gets this link, sees some of it, and it's like really fucked up, and they show it to their parents. What are they going to think? Like, oh, where did you meet this person? Like on Omegle, like on Ome TV, sorry. I'm using the old name again. It's quite easy to be traumatized by looking at how it's made. That's true. But is it this person's right to take away someone's like ignorance in that way, especially as what they're showing isn't necessarily what that person's getting. What they're getting might not be much better, if at all, but I don't know. If it's kids, like, I think it's weird to, like, subvert their parents and show them something that's shocking that maybe they're not ready to see yet, you know?
You'll see some really awful shit.
I'm looking at it.
And if you want to see more conversations, my YouTube's there.
Alright, I'll catch you.
The kids, it makes no sense. They don't control their food purchasing decisions. Yeah, so that in those cases, this person like pressures them to like talk to their parents. I think there's at least one here because I want to show the more kind of successful ones as well.
Hello.
Denied. You need to have cellular nutrition to develop correctly as well. Yeah. The other thing that's worth knowing is that this person has a dog that he feeds a vegan diet, which apparently is like stewed vegetables and like rice and stuff, and then like also porridge. Like, I don't know how illegal that is, but it's very, very dicey. Like things like the NSPCA do not recommend you like making the dog's vegan like diet yourself, you know? Yeah, yeah, it's really fucking weird. I mean, that's what this person is telling people, at least. Like, if this is a massive troll, then listen, I've been had. But like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a real thing. I can't put anything past anyone anymore.
You are. Hello. The only exception. And you are the only exception. You are the only exception. Hello. I can't hear you, my darling. There's no audio.
That is a very young kid. I don't know why he doesn't skip them. Like, this person's 33. Like, why are they entertaining the idea of talking to someone this young? I don't understand.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Ouch. Well, he got trolled.
You are the only exception. And you are the only exception. Hello? And nothing ever's worth the risk. And you are. Hello? Oh boy, that's an echo. People who can't even set up their fucking home TV without an echo deserve to be fucking. Hello? Your room's really cool. Oh, skipped.
Whenever it's like women, they usually skip him. I think you can not smell because it's the internet. Maybe they can see the sort of trans-identified male lesbian desperation through the screen or something.
Nothing ever's.
Yeah, I hate the trans flag. There's a reason it's not on any of my shit, you know.
Hello. How you doing?
Nothing.
No, how are you doing?
Oh. Still nothing.
Still nothing. The void.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever spoken to a trans person before?
Yes.
Okay, I was under the impression he just looked ridiculous in order to get people to talk about the trans stuff, but sometimes he'll ask about it. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions you'd like to ask? No holds barred.
No.
No?
Ask me about my dick.
Oh, can I ask you some questions?
What?
What do you think of animals?
This person is 33. I am around a year older than them.
First, I have to ask you a question before I can answer that. Are you vegan?
I am a fucking vegan.
This is what I was talking about, is that there's a stigma about this shit. Like, people, especially like the adults, they're wary of this shit. So it's kids that normally don't really know this. I guess this one does. Like, kids are less likely to know that, I guess. And so they tend to stick around for the conversations. And they're just a bit more curious, I guess. They don't have the world as figured out yet. Which, you know, you can say, should this person be meddling in that if they're trying to push their worldview onto others, you know?
I think if God didn't put animal, like, you know how
Veganism must age you. I think it's probably more drugs and or alcohol over a fairly long period.
giraffes, like, I mean not giraffe, like lions eat
I'm gonna have to stop saying stuff like that. I shouldn't be like being transphobic.
giraffes and other animals eat other animals.
Mm-hmm.
we are
I mean, giraffes don't eat other animals, but I see his point.
still animals. Us as people are animals, so we should be able to eat other animals.
But do we base our morality off the actions of like animals?
We are animals.
Yeah, but do we base our morality off the actions of other animals?
Well, I think he's saying we base them as animals.
I do.
You do? So you kill and rape?
I don't kill and rape.
Why not? Lions.
He's always two, like, fractals away from bringing up rape at any time. I don't know how old this kid is, by the way. What do I hate about the trans flag? It's mostly just what it represents to me now. Like, what I see everywhere. I don't know. When people aren't covered by it these days, it feels like there's a chance they might be normal. I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of like trans rights stuff that I don't feel, you know.
Kill other lions, and they rape other lions, and they eat the children of other lions. So why don't?
Yeah, but we are not eating.
Well, we used to as well. It's just we eventually, our society evolved past that. I mean, it's good to have better morals now, but you know, we are biological things that evolved from other biological things, and you know, we're evolved to eat meat and other things. So you know, one trans woman called Anna says she hates it because it represents abuse of women and children, medical appropriation, hating America. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, it suggests that they have those kind of crazy. It suggests they have those kind of crazy views. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone that uses it does, but I just kind of see it nowadays, and I'm just like, oh my god, please no, just keep it away.
Eating other people.
Why?
Apart from that as well, I'm just not part of any fucking group. You know, I kind of like just doing my own thing, and I don't need like a symbol because I'm not part of anything. We're not obligated carnivores. Yeah, that's why we eat meat and other things, you know, we're omnivores.
Exactly. So why are you basing your morality off lions with regards to eating meat, but not any other behaviors they do? Right?
Yeah, a vegan cat is more cruel than a vegan dog, but like a vegan dog is still not necessarily a good thing. Trans flag is awful because being trans isn't something to be proud of. People shouldn't be ashamed of being trans. Listen, my kind of beliefs on pride are weird because I'm not really proud of anything, but I wouldn't say it's anything to be ashamed of either. So I don't know. That's not why I don't like it. It's more the kind of actions that I've seen over and over, and what it tends to be associated with.
Because if you were basing your morality off lions, you would be allowed to just attack your sexual competitors and murder their children.
Lions. I mean, lions eat animals.
Okay,
they have to do that to survive.
They do, exactly. Do you have to do that to survive?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You could survive not eating meat. You could live off plants quite easily.
It doesn't know that. I mean, we don't know what allergies people have and shit like that. We don't know people's individual metabolisms and shit. So is it responsible to go around telling people what they should and shouldn't eat, especially children?
Right? So you see how lions need to do it to survive and we don't? And you also don't do loads of things that lions...
Well, not all lions need to do it to survive. Some of them get meat thrown into them by a zookeeper, if we're going to be, like, pedantic about it.
Lions do. Such as killing your sexual competitors.
Lions can eat leaves and berries and stuff. They just choose to eat meat.
No, lions can't. Lions are obligate carnivores, so they actually need to eat the flesh.
Don't tell children to eat their vegetables. That's problematic. Sure, I don't know what you're trying to say. So
of animals in order to get taurine. So lions literally can't live without eating meat, whereas you're not an obligate carnivore.
Yeah, felines like cats and stuff are obligate carnivores, and I mean, you get like maned wolves. Like the kind of meat they get is so shit because it's like rodents and stuff that they like almost half their nutrition sometimes is from like fruit and stuff. So, like dogs will eat loads of stuff. I'm sure foxes get into all sorts and fucking eat it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're trying to force your opinion on me.
I'm not trying to force my opinion on you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Have you seen Katie Hopkins joking about vegans? I haven't. I'm not surprised that she has joked about them though.
About your actions that literally lead to the death of other animals, which is most certainly forcing your decisions on animals, right? Like, I'm not the one being forceful here. I'm having a conversation, You're literally killing creatures and eating them.
That's retarded. You're not literally killing things and eating them. That's the opposite of what literally means. Like, what the fuck?
Do you kill flies?
Nope.
You don't kill
How do you know?
flies?
Nope.
Yeah, this person is a vegan dog. They make vegetable stew and they give it that. They make it porridge and give it that, which I think maybe they can eat. I'm not trying to make too strong statements about like the vegan dog, knowing that there is like potential that it could be okay, but literally also means figuratively if you believe the woke Oxford Dictionary. I just don't care about that. It doesn't mean figuratively. That's what morons think. Yeah, I don't know enough about the dog's diet or whatever. So like I don't want to sit here and say like, oh, this is like animal cruelty, but it certainly could be. Like, it's concerning for sure. Plenty of vegans are iffy about domesticated dogs. Yeah, I mean, did he take this dog against its will? Does he leave the door open so that it can run away if that's what it wants to do? I don't know. Sometimes we make decisions for other things, you know? And sometimes we make decisions for other things for our benefit.
There's a wonderful video that I put on Instagram today. I was sat in the park with my dog and a caterpillar started crawling up my arm. And I didn't realise he was there until he was halfway up my arm. And he sort of started crawling up my t-shirt. And I was really worried he was going to crawl up my face, so I took him off and I put him on the tree.
What a story, Mark.
Because he's a caterpillar.
I thought a lot of vegan philosophy is that animals aren't for us to decide to do with. To be honest with you, I think what's happened, so this person said that they started this kind of vegan stuff about 5 years ago, but then also during lockdown, which doesn't make any sense because that wasn't 5 years ago. But it kind of sounds like maybe it's someone who never really fit in anywhere. And this is before they were trans, by the way. And they, I guess, ended up getting in with some like vegans and stuff. And maybe even happened here. Maybe he was on Omegle, like looking for company or whatever, and someone did this to him. And he said that he saw a film that radicalized him. So he seems like he's just kind of joined a cult off of that. And now he's joined the trans cult. So 2 years ago, he was saying that he started to meet like trans people and like get in with them. And he's been transitioning for 1 year and 7 months, he said. So I don't know. I don't know if social contagion has no factor in it, because vegans, there's a fair amount of trans vegans out there. You know, it's interesting. Vegan to trans pipeline. I'm sure there is one. I don't know if it's the worst pipeline out there. I mean, BreadTube is a fucking trans pipeline as well, for sure. I'm surprised that more of them haven't gone the way of PhilosophyTube. I'm thinking either Xander Howell or Alec Gunter. If people adopt anything that isn't normal, it's a cult. Lots of cults around today. There are lots of cults around today. The first sentence is not what I said. I don't agree with that at all.
He still deserves not to be killed. He still deserves not to be abused.
We don't kill caterpillars, though.
You kill flies, apparently. And also cows.
Well, we do kind of kill caterpillars and shit, like pesticides, etc. We don't want, like, fucking caterpillars on our vegetables, eating them up and stuff.
And chickens and pigs.
Wait, so this person, do they eat, like, salad and stuff? What do they... If you aren't normal, it's because you got ideas from elsewhere, which can only come... I don't know what that says. It's censoring something. I can't use fucking Twitch. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking about. I didn't say any of that. I don't know. I don't know if you're just making, like, stupid statements for no reason. You aren't normal, it's because you got ideas from elsewhere. It's one of the ways you can do it. You can get fucking brainwashed from anywhere, but not everyone is. It kind of depends where you're getting it from. I'm like spitballing when I'm talking about where I think this kind of it originates. I don't know for sure. I'm saying that's my theory, that this guy is extremely cultist. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of signs of it. I don't know what to say. Like, you have to be pretty fucking radicalized and in with this kind of crazy thought. Everything is normal as a cult. That's really retarded. I know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm just going to keep watching because I'm bored of you.
Kill cows.
Sheep.
Here's what I don't get. Like, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not the one killing the animals. Okay, someone else is doing that. So why
More plants are grown to feed livestock will be needed if people eat plants instead of livestock. Yeah, I guess.
are you blaming me for killing
Maybe it depends to a certain extent on the plant, though.
the animals and eating it, when you should be blaming the people who actually slaughter the animals, keep them in cages?
No, because you pay for it. You pay for it, right? Like, if you didn't pay for it, they wouldn't do it, right? And you have agency to not pay for it, right? There's like a chain of like responsibility.
No, I don't pay for it.
You're part of the chain of responsibility, right? If I paid someone to
No.
come round to your house and bolt gun you in the back of the head and run you through a burger grinder and turn you into a burger, right? And then put you in a supermarket and then I went in and paid for you.
This is just, like, completely unnecessary. Why do we have to, like, practically threaten them? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, this is why I call it culty, because this is just not normal behavior. Like, every other conversation involves rape somehow, talking to children about fucking child rape, because they're so, like, ingrained with the ideology. It's insane. Like, someone to this extent, I don't know why you'd fucking downplay that shit. It's weird. It's fucking strange.
I would be responsible for your death, right? I wouldn't be entirely responsible for your death, but I would be just as responsible.
Yeah, he talks to a lot of kids, and he wants to send them these documentaries that might well fucking traumatize them. Who knows what the result of that is going to be, you know? Maybe they'll become a vegan, maybe they'll go a completely different path, you don't know. And trauma is not good for anyone.
Responsible as the person who killed you, right? Like, it's not just a
Vegans stop doing grotty emotional blackmail, challenge, impossible. Well, they shouldn't. Like, is traumatizing kids worth potentially making a couple of vegans out of? And fucking Omegle? Is being an influence in some kid's life that the parents don't even fucking know about, is that cool? Because the internet has made that much more of a problem, which incidentally is great news for fucking predators, which I don't know that this person is, but they've said some pretty weird things, such as talking about kids that they think he thought they were going to get their dicks out, like little 7-year-old German boys, is really fucking weird. So it's like, I can't accept that this person isn't, like, seriously fucking ingrained with some weird ass shit, and he's probably, like, way at the bottom of the fucking pyramid, you know?
product that has no consequences you buying it, right? Because if you make that argument, then that leads to really awful sort of like allowances for other things, right? You could say that it's totally okay to hire a hitman, right? You could say
So eating meat is a slippery slope to hiring a hitman? Like, you're a retard. Like, what the fuck?
it's totally okay for me to buy videos
So
on
why is it that the vast majority of meat eaters have never ordered a hitman to kill anyone?
the internet of monkeys being tortured, right? And we know that's not true, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sound is not coming from me, by the way.
So when you buy the meat, when you buy the flesh of a dead animal, it's exactly the same as paying someone to like torture a monkey on the internet, right? We don't see
No, it's not. That's incredibly not idealized, essentialized. That's like taking a million steps out of the actual equation. Like, you're trying to just close that gap, which is kind of a childish way of thinking, quite honestly.
it as the same, because societally we see eating flesh as fine, and paying for monkeys to be tortured is abhorrent. But it's the same act.
Well, actually, what you're saying, you don't pay the people who do it, okay? The people who do it get paid by their boss, and when we
Yeah, he's trying to add the steps back in, which is fair enough. I mean, these people won't stop essentializing just because you're trying to get them to, but, you know, fair enough.
pay for the food, we give it to the supermarket, not
Doesn't
whoever's doing it.
That doesn't matter. If I give money to
But it does matter because it puts barriers between the people and the actual thing that's happening, you know?
John to pay a hitman to kill my wife, right?
It's always with the stupid analogies, like, Jesus Christ. How many other things do you need to bring up that, you know, a meat eater is not just going to do because they eat meat? So it's like, well, if I have this moral position, I might as well have this moral position. It's like, just not, I don't think so. Like, how many fucking murders have happened where the motive has turned out to be, well, they realized that eating animals is basically murder because you're killing a living being. So they thought, if I'm going to eat meat, I might as well murder people if it gives me any, like, advantage in any way. It's, like, so fucking stupid. Matters in the sense that it makes people less bothered. Doesn't matter in the sense that it should make them less bothered. Arguably, yeah. I mean, hey, the thing is, like, the vegan arguments I mostly agree with, and I understand that I'm being, like, selfish to a certain extent. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, I make my own decisions, you know what I mean?
I'm still responsible for paying the hitman, even if I use a middleman. Using middlemen doesn't
Yeah.
change it.
1 second, my friend's calling me. We'll get back to this conversation in a second. Hello?
Was that live man D?
He's not on the call anymore.
Oh.
I,
Yo, who are you just talking to?
a vegan
You didn't mute your microphone, by the way.
anymore.
Oh.
I,
Yo, who are you just talking to?
a vegan.
You tell me
We are arguing
about what?
how we don't kill animals and stuff like that.
We absolutely do, though.
Or we just killed a fly in front of a vegan, I think.
Yeah, just stay quiet and listen to the conversation that we're gonna have, okay?
Hello? I can hear you.
You can still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you both. Whether you click it or whether or not, you can hear both.
How can I mute myself on here?
Okay, yeah, you fucked it. You gotta, you gotta be smarter than that. Surely Ome TV has some kind of mute function, you know?
Wow.
Oh well, rip that one.
Glad I had to listen to the E noise for so long for no conversation. Hey, Knight Rider. Hey, pigs. Boop boop. You are the only exception, and you.
The singing is kind of annoying. Let me see if I can find. I think it was this one, was it? Maybe. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Oh, cool makeup. I love your makeup.
Thank you.
What you doing?
I'm talking to people about trans rights and animal rights.
Oh, then keep talking.
Yeah? Which one do you want to talk about?
Up to you.
What do you think
Wait, I
about
want to hear about the animal.
Okay, what do you think about animals?
I love animals.
Yeah? Do you love all animals?
I don't like spiders and snakes. Oh, and I don't like insects. But yeah, I like animals.
Everyone says spiders. It's funny. So,
I fucking hate spiders.
you love animals. You love all animals. Are you a vegetarian?
Is that when you like only eat like salad and stuff?
It's when you don't. It's when you don't eat animals.
Oh well, no.
No.
I'm vegan.
He does talk about it, but I think the veganism plays more of a part. It's kind of a shame because I have a feeling that every argument he has for trans stuff is terrible. So, for example, someone was asking him like why he went trans, and immediately it was like, oh, because I wanted pigtails and I wanted to wear makeup, which, you know, is a little bit. It's a little bit insulting to like womanhood, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't think that wouldn't be my answer. You know, that sounds a bit pervy, if anything, coming from someone of this age, and he looks quite tall as well.
Are you vegan?
Yes, I'm vegan.
How are you a vegan if you don't know what a vegetarian is?
Well, I know what vegan is.
True, yeah. I mean, I love the I love the crazy analogies constantly, but you know, there's only so many kids you can talk about child rape with before it starts to look a bit weird.
I learned about it at school today.
Okay, so you're not vegan then if you only learned about it at school.
No, like I am vegan when I learned. You don't get it. Like I am vegan.
No, I don't think you are vegan. I think you're just trying to make up for the fact you said you love all animals and I asked you if you ate them, and now the only logical conclusion is to tell me you don't, because otherwise
Okay,
you'll feel
well,
bad.
let me get to the point. I like lettuce and all, but I also like meat. So like,
Aw.
yeah.
So how would you feel?
So, like, I don't know how old this person is. Like, is this appropriate? I get a weird feeling from this. I don't know.
If I say I love you, but then I killed you and I ate you, would you think that I did love you,
Like, should you say that kind of shit to kids? You know what I mean?
or would you think that I was lying?
Maybe I'm harping on about this, but like, I don't feel like this person can say that they don't have any victims if they're sending kids this like graphic shit and asking them all these weird questions. You know what I mean? Bringing up child rape in one case. It's going on my fucking YouTube.
Maybe you're lying.
Yeah, right. So, are you admitting that
Like, I can't get behind this, you know? Like, this is weird. It's really weird shit.
you don't love all animals? Is that what we're going with this?
Okay, maybe I'll admit that. I don't like all animals.
Okay. So why is it that you love some animals but you kill any other animals?
Because other animals scare me and like they could kill me.
I don't know why it sped up then. I'm a few minutes behind, so forgive me. Now my daughter watched a documentary called The Boy Who Was Born a Girl and then went online and transitioned a couple of months later at 17. Yikes. Fucking hell. And I mean, that was a long time ago as well. I mean, he's like 30 now, right? So 13 years ago? 2011. That's before me even, yeah. Yeah, parents shouldn't be letting their kids talk to strangers on the internet, absolutely. And that's one of the lessons that probably needs to be fucking learned, if anything, is that parents should not be letting their kids go on these things. And it's really weird. I don't know much about this platform, but it's very concerning. But at the same time, this is what am I trying to say? This is an adult, like a 33-year-old. That's like almost the age I'm at. And I know for fucking sure that I'm not going to go on Omegle and chat up kids, do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to be in front of a kid and start comparing eating meat to child rape over and over for like a large portion of the conversation for like as much fucking shock value as possible. It's insane. Fuck me. Like, both the parents and this person who is an adult making adult decisions need to be like taking into account, you know?
So like,
No,
what's the point of loving them if they can?
cows and chickens can't kill you. That's not how it works.
Can't. I bet a cow could kill you if you pissed it off enough. Especially a bull. Like a bull is a cow, is it not? I guess cow is the female term. But then also the species term. I don't know. A lot of these activists are only making things worse. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, obviously, if people see these crazy vegans, they're going to start getting an image in their head about, like, vegans, because they keep seeing them. It's a bit like me with the trans, like, poly, communist, all that kind of shit, you know? Veganism being another thing that goes in there.
Yes. Yeah,
No.
they can pass diseases and kill me.
Yeah, they pass diseases by farming billions of them so that they create disease.
Like, what if a cow charged you? An Indian man was recently killed by a cow that was hit by a train and flew 7. Oof. I shouldn't have laughed, that's horrible, but shit. But no, a cow is a big thing. Like, if it charges you, I saw someone, a friend of mine and her dog got, like, followed by cows in this field. It looked terrifying. There was a huge herd of them just, like, following, like, slowly. And her dog was, like, freaking out. Cow fell through his roof. That's insane. Jesus, I'm going to be scared of fucking cows. And I don't think the upstairs has a fucking cow in there, but you never know these days.
Diseases by being crammed into confined conditions.
Well, so the only reason I eat animals is like I eat what I get given. So, you know.
Okay. So if you came home one day and mum had put a dead dog on the...
Imagine, like, the veganism surely would not work long term because you'd get too many animals. Like, there's already, like, things like deer, they're overpopulated, and the way that they graze, only certain kind of woodland really grows as a result of it, and there's been, like, habitat loss for other kinds of things. And we don't have any predators that, like, predate on them because we don't have wolves or anything. Surely, like, these populations, like, where would they go? What do you do with all the livestock? Do they just go out into random fields? Like, it'd be insane. Like, we'd have to start killing things, surely. Climbed on his house from a steep hillside. Yeah, that makes sense.
The table. Would you eat the dead dog?
No, because that's like my pet. If like it depends, because if I didn't know it was a dead dog, she didn't tell me it was a dead dog, I'd probably eat it.
Okay, so what if you ate it and then Mum went, by the way, that was dog. Are we having dog for dinner tomorrow again?
Then I would gag.
You would gag? So
This person eats the same food as his dog, by the way. He literally says he eats dog food with rice and salad cream, which sounds disgusting.
why?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
would you do? Would you get a different source of food? Would you eat something else?
Yes, I would eat something else if I found out that was a dog.
So why do we still eat it when Mum puts cows on the table then?
Because I don't get told it's a cow. I just eat it. She's like, here you go. Here's your food. Eat up.
I mean, you must know if it's sort of meaty in texture that it's a
Who's Nasubi?
dead animal, right?
Maybe.
No. Do you think we need to eat animals, or do you think we choose to eat animals?
I mean, let's see. We can eat animals. We don't have to. But like all that plant wear, what happens? It goes away. So then we have to eat animals.
No. Do we need to eat animals, or do we choose to eat animals?
Well, they have actually a lot of nutrients and things that we need to survive.
That's
I thought you learned about. I thought you learned about
See you
veganism
later.
today at school.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay. And do vegans die after a certain age because they don't eat animals?
No, but there
No?
have been cases. There have been cases of where vegans have died because they weren't getting enough nutrition.
There have, yeah. Has there ever been a case where someone who eats animals has died because they weren't getting the correct nutrition?
Yes, there
Okay,
has.
they have. So do you need to eat animals, or do you choose to eat animals?
Okay, but we do choose.
We do choose. Thank you. So if we choose to and we don't need to, that means we could choose not to, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do you think if you were a
Oh, yeah, that guy. I remember. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
cow, right?
Yeah.
You would rather that humans chose not to eat you?
Yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea if this person has any kind of income or what the situation is, but yeah, fuck knows.
To eat you, rather.
I mean, I want to know if I'm delicious. No.
It wouldn't matter whether you're delicious. As a cow, it wouldn't matter, right? You don't care about how you taste as a cow, right? So if you were a cow, would you rather people chose not to eat you, or just
If you're a cow, you wouldn't even be thinking about this, so I don't know.
like fucking killed you and ate you?
No, like if like cows are getting killed already, like what are you gonna do with their left side? If I see other cows get killed. Yeah, if you're just gonna kill a cow and leave the cow, what's the point of killing the cow? You know?
No, because we wouldn't kill them, right? We would, if we didn't eat cows, we wouldn't kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
So if we didn't kill cows, I wouldn't eat cows.
No, but part of the reason we kill cows is because you eat cows.
Well, I can't stop. If I stop right now and stop eating cows, I'm not gonna stop the whole world from eating cows because that's their choice.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to eat cows. You know that by you eating cows, it leads to
I actually feel so bad for the ones that are like being earnest and like engaging, because they probably have only thought about this so much, and this person probably thinks about it a hell of a lot more. Like, I don't know. I feel sad for them because, like, maybe it's something they should think about, but is this really the way, you know?
increased cow death, right? So you should have a moral obligation not to do so, right? Because it's very simple, supply and demand. If you demand more meat, then more meat is supplied, right?
You know, but by one person stop eating cows, it's not gonna make a drastic increase in.
So we live in a world where the vast majority of people are like racist and homophobic. Should I be racist and homophobic because my contribution isn't that big?
No.
Because I would
But that's
really like,
different.
I really enjoy making really fucked up racist jokes, right? Should
Yeah.
I do it anyway?
Another analogy. I wonder if he's trying to make you think that he's got all these different arguments, but they're all the same argument, just rephrased.
And just say it doesn't matter because I'm only one person.
Well, you know, with some of those jokes, make people like want to kill themselves, right? But if you don't eat cows,
Exactly.
that doesn't
It does.
kill them.
It literally stops cows dying if you don't eat them. Right?
What if people don't really have many sources of nutrition? Maybe because they're like autistic and will hardly eat anything, or they have something else. Inflation of racism and eating meat grinds my gears. I can imagine, yeah. this person always has to bring these ridiculous like analogies. Like he'll talk to like children about child rape as an analogy to meat. It's ridiculous. I don't know if he works for anyone and if he's being given like things to say. If so, I don't know where in the training it said to talk to children about child rape, you know, or bring up racism when you're a white person, because to me there's nothing cringier. Like white people comparing anything to racism, like they should probably just not do that, you know.
You're making the argument that because you enjoy doing it, you should be allowed to do it because other people do it, right? It's like imagine if we lived like 150 years ago, right? I'm saying to you, don't keep black people in cages, because like black people don't want to be cages.
Like this isn't. It's just here's another bad issue. Like let's ignore the completely different context and everything else, right?
And you're saying, but everyone else is doing it. Everyone else has black people in
Hey,
cages.
black people, come help me emotionally manipulate this 14-year-old.
So why shouldn't I be allowed to do it? Right? So if we know something is morally wrong, we shouldn't do it, right?
Correct.
Right? So it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You know
Yeah,
it.
this is just, they just essentialize it. Like, they just want to cut out all the steps between eating meat and where the meat comes from, whatever, I don't know.
It to be morally wrong to kill an animal, right?
Correct.
Okay, so why do we pay for animals to die then?
I mean, I eat what I'm given, so
Okay. So if you don't want cows to die, you can say to mum, "Hey, I'm vegetarian," right?
So this is what they do with the kids instead of just telling them straight they should go vegan. It's like, well, you should start convincing your parents to have this or that.
yes, but like they're still gonna kill cows. 1 person out of 8 billion people.
It doesn't
They're still
matter.
gonna kill cows.
It doesn't matter if you have a moral obligation to be a good person, regardless of what everyone else is doing, right?
Eating meat doesn't make you a bad person. This person has no idea what a good person and a bad person are. I fucking guarantee that.
Just because everyone else is.
Do you know what? This is actually really weird because I think about often, like, I say I think about often, like, a lot of these people seem to replace like any human empathy with like their beliefs and think that what makes you a good person is what you believe, which is really not the case. Like they seem to think that you can replace like empathy with intersectionality and like rights issues and stuff. And it kind of seems more like they're turning people into like maths problems. Like who's got the most oppression or some shit. But yeah, it's weird how often they just fall into the same like logical like arguments and stuff.
Beating their wife, that doesn't mean I should go home with knuckle dust.
Oh great, fucking domestic violence now.
If you have a moral obligation to be a good person, regardless of what everyone else is doing, right? Just because everyone else is beating their wife, that doesn't mean I should go home with.
What happens if this person says that to someone who's like actually seen their dad hit their mum or something? Like, is that cool? I'm not sure about that either.
Knuckle dusters and beat the shit out of Sally, right?
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
What's knuckle dust?
Knuckle dusters are the things that you put around your fists so when you punch people it hurts more.
Is it like those little rings?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, keep
So
talking.
we live in a world where people are going to abuse their wives and their partners, right? That doesn't mean I should do it, right?
Correct.
So why is it any different for you and cows?
Why is it any different being a domestic abuser to eating an animal? I would argue maybe that the abuse is like worse because you're creating all kinds of fucked up shit in that person's head because that's what fucking trauma is. Like a cow, you know, I don't necessarily feel good about saying this, but they don't have the same level of like intelligence or sentience as a person. And they don't have anywhere near as much like ability to influence the world around them. And, you know, I respect veganism and their choice to do it, but this is a terrible argument in my opinion. Like what's worse, like a dead cow or a traumatized person? I personally feel like the traumatized person. And I mean, fucking watch some like true crime documentaries. Find out how often people that have done terrible things also had terrible things done to them when they were young. You know what I mean?
You could literally say to mum, "Hey mum, I talked
on the other side, this person is literally bringing up things that could traumatize someone. wanting to send them a documentary that, from what I know, is very graphic. You know, maybe they just don't care about trauma, who knows? They probably know nothing about it somehow.
Internet to this fucking weird trans girl who was a vegan, and she convinced me that maybe I shouldn't eat cows. So
Wait, is this the origin story? Hang on.
because you could literally say to mum, "Hey mum,
Oh no, they're just being narcissistic. Fair enough.
I talked on the internet to this fucking weird trans girl who was a vegan." And
Yeah, if you do that, if she does that, she's gonna think you're a fucking paedophile. I wouldn't.
she convinced me that maybe I shouldn't eat cows. So can we try eating some vegan food at home and see if it's tasty?
Knowing
That's how you get your fucking internet taken away for a fucking year.
my fatty family, they're not gonna stop. Yeah, I mean, I could stop and it'll work, but it's gonna be like more limited food for me because my family eats, you know, like a lot. Yeah.
And is that more inconvenient for you, or is it more inconvenient for the cow that's getting murdered?
I mean, cow.
The cow, right? So, you know, our lives are not harder than it is for a cow that's being killed, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Are we seeing another reason why the adults don't tend to stick around as often? It's because it's very like simplistic, childish arguments that most adults, especially because of the stigma around vegans already, they're just going to be like, nah, I don't feel like this. I don't really want to be like guilt tripped about something that's really not that much my fault when you think about it. I don't know.
And yeah, I am not going to lie to you. It is a little bit more inconvenient to be vegan, right? And the food does taste slightly different, right? You can't
Slightly different. Okay. Listen, there's some okay vegan food out there, but let's not over-egg the pudding here.
cannot get a vegan steak. You can get vegan things that are sort of are like steak a little bit, right? That taste really nice.
Yeah, vegan steak. Can't fucking wait. I'll tell Charlie that we're having vegan steak tonight. I don't have any, thankfully.
But you cannot get a 1-for-1 like sort of replacement for a steak, right? But the cow can't get a 1-for-1 replacement for their life. You know?
Yes.
Which, because there's so many other people eating anyway, it's still dying either way.
Life. You know?
Yeah, let's not pretend that this is going to have like any immediate effect. Like, whatever they're eating has already been killed like a while ago. You'd have to like just keep doing it, I guess. You can't use eggs in vegan pudding. Well, yeah, exactly. So he should really be careful of doing that. The only good vegan food is stuff that tastes like meat. Weird, huh? Yeah, true. I mean, there's the odd thing. I don't know, stuff that's technically vegan anyway that you get with stuff. So I don't know. I'm not a vegan myself. I've had quite a lot of vegan food because my mum's dairy allergic. And there's some okay stuff, but it's not quite the same, and it's harder to get protein. And if you don't like many of the sources of protein in like vegan food, then you might be a bit shit out of luck. Like I fucking hate beans of like basically every kind, like chickpeas and stuff as well. And it feels like they're in like so much like vegan food that it's like I wouldn't know where to begin. Like I'd never be able to eat anywhere. I'd have to like do my own stuff, and it'd just be a bit shit. I don't think it'd be good for me.
Yes.
Do you genuinely not think if you said
Pythagoras knew that eating beans is sin. Yep, he's correct.
to mum, hey, or dad, or whoever parents are at home, hey, I'd really like to maybe try some plant-based stuff. Can we get some plant-based hot dogs? Can we try some plant-based cheese?
I mean, my family's not the kind of type to just like change, like switch their whole diet. But I mean, I could.
Yeah, just nag your family. Sure, I guess. I don't know.
I could, but they're not. They wouldn't convince them. Like they're not the type of family. If I said,
Surely the better way would be to just, advocate for it personally and to try and get the next generation going more and more, which is happening, I guess, to an extent anyway. I'm not sure. But it seems like they want to get people to like badger their families and stuff, like make a fool of themselves,
I want to switch, they're not gonna like start buying the whole thing just because I like it.
I think
it would have to be.
I genuinely think they would.
This person is definitely a one-trick pony because it's all about the essentialism and the weird analogies and shock value and all that shit. Yeah, it's not very sophisticated.
Genuinely think if you said to your parents, hey, can we try this product one time? They'd be like, yeah, fuck it. We'll try it one time. Right? And if they try
Yeah, he knows what this person's parents are going to do because he knows this person's parents intimately. Can't you tell? You can tell by just watching this.
and they like it and it's not that bad,
What is it with fucking trans people and telling people how other people think? I don't know. I know obviously is that he's doing it for a reason, like, but still, like, fuck off.
Imagine they probably wouldn't mind buying it again. Right?
What happens if they don't like it?
If they don't like it, that's unfortunate. But maybe you have to convince them to try a different one, right? Maybe they do like it, right? There's certain things that you can try. Like, have you ever had oat milk? Do you drink milk?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Right? Like, if you can convince like the family
Right.
to drink oat milk instead of milk, that's like a massive benefit for dairy cows, right? Because they don't.
Yeah, my impression is I think a lot of these people just don't have much imagination, and maybe I can't talk. All I'm doing is sitting here reacting to stuff, but I don't know. I need it to be a format in which I'm clearly showing what I'm looking at, and that it's clear that I am talking about that thing. Because I just don't trust people to perceive me correctly otherwise, you know?
Don't have to be abused.
And they won't anyway, so at least I'm reaching some people. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else they'd do. It's like, you know, it's the bottom of the barrel kind of shit.
Much. Right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna like, I'm not saying that like when you live with your parents, like it's easy,
Yeah.
right? Like obviously if you live on your own, this would be a totally different conversation, right?
Like I could pick that, you know, buy what I want. It'd be easier.
Yeah. But when you're out with your friends, right, you can do what you want, right? Like, you know, you can get like the happy cow app on your phone, and that'll tell you where the nearest vegan option is, right? Or the nearest vegan restaurant.
Yeah, and all your friends start being like, what's with you and like talking about vegan stuff constantly? It's weird.
Or, you know,
Yes.
right? There's loads of like things that you could do, even if you can't do it entirely, right? Even if you can't be perfect, there's probably a lot of things that you could do that are better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I give you some links?
Sure.
Thank you. So, first one is Veganuary. It's a massive sort of like website with like loads of links and stuff that help people go vegan or have like vegan options. Next one is my YouTube channel where I have lots more conversations like this. If you want to see some.
People shouldn't talk about veganism or trans to people. It's cult indoctrination. No, that's not what it is.
Some more.
Okay.
And then the last one is a film on YouTube.
People shouldn't send children extremely graphic films like the one this person is sending to a child in order to try and traumatize them into becoming a vegan.
It's entirely free. It's called Dominion. It shows the process of animal agriculture, how it actually happens.
It's social contagion whenever you talk about something. It's retardation whenever you talk about something, because all you do is say really stupid shit that no one believes. Like, this person is trying to influence this person's, like, life. Why do they get the fucking choice to do that? Why do they get the right to do that? Is this appropriate? Like, what's going to happen when that kid watches that film? What if they're more freaked out by it than they realized they would be? What if they're, like, a bit traumatized by it, you know? There's all kind of outcomes that can come from that this person is not going to be anticipating. This tran is grooming this child in front of us. In a sense, they are. They're not sexually grooming them. Although there's definitely been some weird comments in some of these.
How these animals are born, how they live, and then how they're killed.
Listen, I know who you are. I've seen you on Twitter, and you're whatever. I don't need to say anything, but you know, I don't know why you're just posting like retarded shit in my chat. Like, obviously, no one here thinks that, and if they do, then I'd fucking disagree with them.
It's grim. It goes through every single industry one at a time. If you want to see like what we actually pay for when we buy animal products, it's a really
Are you able to do anything else other than rephrase things in a really unflattering way? Do you have any other things you can do than that? Much like this person seems to have nothing else they can do but try and fucking traumatize people and bring up crazy allegories about like child rape and all that kind of shit to children. Like, do you have any other strings to your bow? I already know this person is, you know, pretty limited.
good resource for seeing that, and it's a massive sort of like motivation to make some changes in your life.
Not all grooming is sexual or bad. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to an adult teaching a child stuff, we have to be careful. Like, would you want your kid talking to this person who wants to send them a really graphic like film about the agriculture industry? you don't know what like effect this is gonna have on them, you know?
Anyway, thank you ever so much for the wonderful.
Like as a parent, surely you'd want to have like that conversation with them if you feel like that's a thing that they should learn about, but that's surely the parents that need to do that. Why should some random idiot on here get to do so? Why is Omi TV letting these children on here? I mean, there's people that are literally like fucking wanking under a blanket and shit. Like, children shouldn't be seeing that either. That's fucking gross. And anyone doing that is a bit nancy that they're going on there knowing there could be kids there. You know what I mean?
Conversation, and I hope you enjoy your afternoon in the sun.
You too. Bye.
There is no good grooming. Children should be ignorant and obey their parents. Seen and not heard, no Wi-Fi. You specifically, yes. I think most other people no. Wanking. RM Fin 69. Yeah, I'm British. I say wanking. I say wanking a lot. I don't know why, because I don't really do that, but a lot of other people do, I guess. Hope you're doing well. Random adults should never be talking to kids in general, especially about weird topics. Yes, exactly. I agree with that. Like, shouldn't the parent be the one kind of bringing up sensitive subjects to them? Why should random idiots on the internet just like try and shock the fuck out of them with all this kind of shit? What do I wank with? I don't wank.
Hey. Oh, they were sweet. I hope they make changes.
I cut it off. Yes, well, I didn't cut it off. And it's not really cutting off, it's more inverting and like taking some out of it. So yeah, I don't wank, personally. I don't judge anyone that does, because everyone fucking does. But yeah. You should be trying to convince adults to be vegans, not children, with short topics. I agree with that. Like, activism isn't necessarily bad or weird, you know? It's what this person is doing. You didn't offend me, it's fine. I'm difficult to offend. I'm offended by like stupidity, but less so like trans shit, because I just don't care anymore. You're wanking right now, fuck off. I don't blame you. I don't know who isn't, to be honest. Like, this person is arousing feelings in me.
Said you stop digging me.
No.
Oh, hey, thanks for following. Enjoy the gif of a deer doing that.
Hello, how you doing?
Sorry, did my alerts, like, confuse you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a really...
I used to really like city skylines, but I got to a point where it was like the traffic was just unmanageable. And no matter what I did, it was just always a massive problem. I couldn't get around it, and I ended up just moving on, you know?
really nice conversation with people. Oh,
Oh, it's Demon Mama. There's a video where she argues with someone about schooling or something, and she just starts losing her shit, and like, she does that. Can you be a mod? Maybe in a year's time. How about that?
got the skip ad. Boop. Nothing's ever worth the risk, and you are. Hello, how you doing?
So,
I'm good. I like your wall. It's a good color.
it's blue.
It's blue. I like blue. My hair's blue.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck?
Yeah, no one cares about your pigtails, bro. I'm sorry about it.
Fuck, what do you mean you don't give a fuck?
You're gay.
I'm gay? Why do you say that? Wow.
Oof, I disavow. That's mean. That's mean and bad and transphobic and bigoted and also racist and sexist because we're intersectionals.
Wow, 3 walls at once. Nothing ever worth the risk, and you. Aw, hello. Say again?
Fuck off.
Fuck off. That's not very nice, is it? Why are people?
Why is he tweaking like that? He's a grown-ass man. I'm gonna guess mental illness, drug use, whether current or former. I'm not saying these is a judgmental thing because some of this shit is true with me as well. Let's just
I don't want to listen to it regardless.
Yeah, like me, yeah, to an extent, but I'm not a militant vegan, so I still have my actual brain. Autism, maybe. Hey, listen, a lot of trans people are autistic. It does happen a lot.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Do I presume we have the same flag.
Yes, except I
Oh, you've clocked her. How terrible.
don't own one.
That's okay. I got it for my birthday present. I would never would have bought it for myself, but I'm really glad someone did.
So this one ends up being quite chill. This was what I watched last night. They get on for the most part. They've got the trans thing in common. This person seems a lot more normal. Apart from the fact that they've got a hand-drawn picture of Sid Vicious on the wall, which I have no idea why anyone would want fucking Sid Vicious on their wall, but there you go. I guess it's punk or something. Yeah, I don't know how much more to show. I'll go a little bit towards the end. There's nothing normal about being trans. Well, I mean, it's not normal because not many people do it, right? I mean, normal usually means what the majority does, or what, you know, a quality that the majority has, for example.
I'm just like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah. Can I give you? So, I mentioned Happy Cow. There's also this website which is called Veganuary, and they help you with any swaps that you might be interested in. And like sometimes
Okay.
you can just swap them out one at a time, right? So like, you know, one day you might just be like, fuck it,
Yeah, you're a fucking moron.
I'm drink oat milk from now on, right? Or I'm gonna buy this cheese from now on, right? But they give you like loads and loads of like recipes and stuff. Like if you just want to.
Do I support the indoctrination of LGBTQ in children, and should going against it be a crime? Going against it should absolutely not be a crime unless you're doing something criminal against it. Like if you murder a trans person, yeah, I'm fucking against that. Like, but speaking out about it, absolutely not. Like, it's bizarre to me how this is like the one thing you can't seem to criticize, although it's definitely changing. And it's not that you can't criticize it, it's more that people will come after you if you do, which a lot of people frame as it being like, oh, free speech has consequences, but I don't know. I mean, it goes all ways because obviously these kinds of people get plenty of harassment as well. But like, I don't know, I think some stuff is like verging on indoctrination. And I don't know that I think kids should be hearing about like trans issues straight away, especially if it's planting an idea in their head potentially before anyone says anything stupid. And, you know, someone takes on like an LGBT, well, no, specifically, someone takes on like a trans identity that instantly makes them more likely to kill themselves. That instantly means that their family's life is hugely complicated now because they've got to make a choice, like whether they're okay with their kid going on hormones. And it's like pretty scary because you don't know what's going to happen. Sorry, I simplified it a lot, you know, puberty blockers, hormones, etc. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it though. I think I kind of lean towards agreeing with like what Keir Starmer's doing, but I'm still kind of learning, I guess.
Sort of like not have to worry about recipes and you just want a nice vegan recipe that you can just go and cook. This website is basically designed for that, you know. Because you're right, like it is hard trying to work out how to do everything differently, right? So we have things to help.
Yeah.
Like in Canada, if you don't provide your child with the proper reassignment resources, you lose the custody of the child. Yeah, I mean, fuck. It's just such a difficult one. The problem I have is like, well, one of the problems is it's just harder to ascertain consent. Like, a child is more likely to be going through a phase, they're more likely to be getting affected by like outside sources, like getting, because it's not about just learning about it, it's about people learning about it and then internalizing it and obsessing over it, which is why it makes a hell of a lot of sense to me that like autism and ADHD are things that tend to be quite prevalent, because that's like, you know, you hyperfixate on things, you know, and that can be something that people end up hyperfixating on. And then, yeah, you know, it kind of can snowball from there. But it's, I don't know, I feel really bad for the parents a lot of the time. Not the ones that like abandon their kids and stuff, because fuck those people. They're literally creating the kinds of radicalized kinds of people, you know, like literally this is partly their fault. But like the ones just trying to do their best, like I feel a lot of empathy for them. And I see no like empathy from like trans rights advocate types. I don't see them trying an inch to like to empathize with anyone that isn't the trans person in the equation, it seems.
And then
100%.
so this is my YouTube. If you want to see more conversations like this, or if you fancy like
yeah, you can watch my conversations where I say things about child rape in front of children. 2 children, sorry, it's worse.
if like it's a good thing, it's a good source of motivation if you are sort of struggling to make like dairy changes to see, you know, the life of a dairy cow.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, it's also like with dairy, especially, I've relied on dairy a lot for like other nutrients that I know I wouldn't get if I quit it, but I'm just like, you know, like
Some trans people are treated as normal, that's the thing. Not all of them, and some people don't want to be anyway, which if that's what they want, fair enough. But some people, I know trans people that are treated like very normally, like, because they just come across as nice people and they just engage with people and, you know, they don't see it as a barrier, so it helps other people not see it as a barrier either. Like, I'm not quite like that because I'm just not a very sociable kind of person. But it happens, for sure.
I don't know, like I could take supplements. I could take pills and supplements, whatever, you know.
Oh.
And like, you know, without all that, literally
Actually, there was one thing. I wanted to see if they described their transition.
Oh,
vegan, but like I love cheese.
Veganism.
that's really cool.
Oh yeah, that person apparently gets like ethical cheese or something, which is kind of cool. Like, if you can get like ethical stuff, then sure.
To take the abuse and try and educate some people on like actual facts.
Yeah, the thing is here, like this person doesn't know any of the conversations this person's had. So it's easy for them to blag it and for this person to just kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. But they probably believe it, I guess. Like, they're way nicer to each other because they're trans, I guess.
It's about being trans instead of just their weird superstitions they have.
Yeah, I'm just like bored as like all fuck, so I just like came on here and I'm just like talking to people and they're like, what do you do? What is this? Like, what are you doing? And then they're like, I want to learn about trans people. Tell me what y'all are like doing. And I'm like, I don't know, like cocaine on our free time. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
do you have
yeah, apart from the Sid Vicious thing, this person seems nice.
any trans friends?
Wait, I complimented a trans person. I need to say more nasty things now to counteract it. Oh shit.
I do, actually. I do. I'm friends with a lot of trans girls. In the drag community that I'm localized in the music community that I work in. You know, it's just like, especially like the trans girls in their music, bitch. The fuck, like, come on. Like, you mess with the tranny in her music, they're gonna go crazy.
That's really cool. I think it's really important that we have a community, and I'm really glad you have one. I didn't have one until like 2 years ago, and now I have a.
Yeah, so they met trans people and became part of a community 2 years ago.
Massive one, so.
And then about 5 months later, she transitions too, which is interesting, you know.
It's very nice.
That's glam.
But you know, no one ever transitions because their friends do or to fit in or anything like that. Totally.
I like your wall. I like. Did you draw these things?
Okay, that's about all I need to show. So there you go. I'm just doing activism. I don't like watching someone more or less trying to shock and traumatize mostly children into becoming vegan. I think there's probably stuff that people should think about. I actually agree with a lot of the points that people make, even if this person is using crazy like analogies to do it. Like, I can recognize it's my own like personal choice that is selfish and hypocritical in a way. And I can reckon with that, you know, that is how it is, that's fine. I can admit my mistakes. But like, I don't think this is the way to go about it. I don't think this person should be interfering in children's lives over the internet. These children shouldn't be on here anyway. I don't think this is a child, I think this is an adult. So like, this is fine, you know. But like, I don't know, I can't get behind strange adults going around talking to kids about really like charged and sensitive topics like this. So that's about it for that. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to end up jumping on Omegle or something and asking them why they think that traumatizing kids is okay to push veganism. Because to me, I think trauma can be potentially worse than a dead animal. I'm sorry. Someone's actually eating for that, you know. Hopefully. You don't really know. Listen, I don't like the meat industry either. We dissociate ourselves and shit like that, and I understand it.